I'm Chris, and this is This Week in Disney, where we're going to try and keep you up to date with the news that happened within the last week. So, as I said, I'm going to bring you some news. Let's go ahead and get done with this. Hey, Michael Riley, how you doing? Let's take a look real quick. Let's pull up what do we got. Let's see. Hocus Pocus writer gives update on sequel. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for coming in. So they're talking about a sequel to Hocus Pocus. I hadn't heard anything about this. I don't even think if I've seen the original, I don't remember it. But let's go ahead and take a look. For months, there was serious rumors about a Hocus Pocus sequel swirling online. Then in March, Disney officially announced a director for a sequel to the popular Halloween movie. Adam Shankman of Hairspray fame is set to oversee the upcoming film. The original movie, which came out in 1993, featured Bette Midler, Kathy Najima, and Sarah Jessica Parker as the Sanderson sisters, three witches who gotten displaced from witch trial era Salem, Massachusetts, into the modern world. So the film has a cult fan base, particularly during the Halloween season, and a second movie would undoubtedly be popular among fans of the Sanderson trio. Now, the original writer of Hocus Pocus has spoken out about the upcoming sequel. Mick Garris told comicbook.com, "I'm excited about it, but I really think it's the main reason the movie worked was the Sanderson sisters, those actresses in those roles, those performances, what I think is the key to that movie's long life. It was only modesty successfully when it came out at best. And I think they are the reason that it's still around since it came out in 1993. And I would love to see them return in it. I think that's the plan, but I don't know. I heard that is what's happening, and I believe it's going to be for Disney Plus. But I'm not involved in it, which is fine. You don't always want to revisit all the touchstones of your past. So, I mean, that sounds pretty good. Once again, I'm going to have to watch this. I don't think I've ever seen it. I may have and just don't remember it. But so a sequel to Hocus Pocus. I know a lot of people do like this movie, and I've heard them talk about it. So, I mean, obviously this would be great. So plus it's going to be for Disney Plus, and it's even the movies they put on Disney Plus are well done as well. So let's see what we got next. No, that's not it. All right, let's go. High-tech Disney cool tech features now at Disney World. If you follow Disney news in even the most rudimentary way, then you know the Walt Disney Company temporarily closed all 6 of its global theme parks earlier this due to the worldwide pandemic. Upon reopening, there have been some major changes to the Disney park experience. Now that the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida has begun its phased reopening, many inside the Magic readers are wondering what exactly to expect when they once again return home to Disney World. New regulations like mandatory face masks and social distancing measures are in place, but there are also some incredible, cool technological innovations that have been implemented since Disney World's park began to reopen on July 11th. Here, we take a look at some high-tech features you can enjoy next time you stay at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. One of the newest technology perks Disney Resort guests get to experience is an on-demand fireworks show. Disney parks officially have added a recorded version of the immensely popular Happily Ever After Castle fireworks spectacular to all Walt Disney World hotel televisions. We've talked about this one already. Whether you're staying at the Luxe new Riviera Resort or the Value All-Star Movie Resort, you can watch fireworks anytime. This is great addition since all nighttime spectaculars remain suspended in Walt Disney World's theme parks due to physical distancing issues. Keyless hotel room entries. Another new technological innovation of Walt Disney World is keyless resort room entry. So Disney Parks blog featured the following information about this addition to the My Disney Experience app. If you haven't used it yet, the digital key is the latest in evolution of keyless room entry. The service turns a Bluetooth-enabled phone into a digital key that unlocks a room's door, hotel entrance, gate, and other common areas, doors requiring a key. There are several benefits to keyless room entry using your smartphone. First, you never have to worry about forgetting your card or key card in your room, hotel room. Secondarily, keyless entry ensures that guests have a complete contactless experience whenever they need to get in or out of the Disney room resorts. I'm pretty sure the Magic Band did the exact same thing. So, chat with a resort cast member. Let's see. Since Walt Disney World Resort guests have more questions than ever during their stays, Disney has added another new feature to the indispensable My Disney Experience app. Anyone who is staying in an on-site Disney resort can now chat with a cast member without calling the front desk and waiting on hold. Virtual chat is an awesome feature that allows guests to enjoy their park days without spending time on the phone. Instead, they can conveniently chat while they wait in a ride queue or take a breather and enjoy mobile ordering a meal. So what do you think about the... So, yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff has been going on. I don't know if it was just somebody who's just realized this, but yeah, this seems a little outdated, but yeah, I mean, a lot of this has been going on. It's nothing that's new, but hey, Kay, thanks for coming in. But yeah, so... But I mean, you know, they're talking about the keyless. I can understand if they're doing it at Disneyland with your phone for the keyless entry to your room. But really, it's nothing new for Disney World because from what I understood, you could always do that with your phone. Well, not always, but it's been around for a while. Plus, a keyless entry at Walt Disney World, you have your Magic Band that does the exact same thing. And that's keyless entry as well. And also, you're not touching like they were saying as well with your phone. So... All right, let's see. All right. Is a new Monorail X attraction coming to Epcot? The Disney Monorail, Imagineering a Highway in the Sky, is arriving in the hands of book reviewers before it reaches the general public, and one review shows Monorail fans the book teases of stuff to come. It appears that a monorail attraction called Monorail Mark X is going to be coming to Epcot's new play pavilion in 2021. This tease comes onto the very last page of the book as YouTube reviewers Imaginerds shows his audience. You can watch the full YouTube review. All right, so let's see. Let me go on down. All right. We already know that the Play Pavilion is going to feature some state-of-the-art interactive game for guests to participate in, but little is still known about what activities will actually be available when the pavilion opens at World Discovery for Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration in 2021. So we should also reiterate that this advertisement is just a tease, and we will continue to keep our ears open for more confirmation on this project from Disney. So as for the actual monorails, they are a staple of Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and Tokyo Disneyland. As of now, the aging Mark 6, I think it's 6. Is that? I have a hard time with room and number. I better say that's 6. Aren't going anywhere, and Disney World fans await the new Mark. That's 6, and they're waiting the Mark 8. Wow, I'm jumping ahead. The Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California has the Mark 7. Okay, that's why. So let's see. The Walt Disney World's resorts monorail lines take guests from the Transportation and Ticket Center to either Magic Kingdom Park or Epcot. It also connects guests staying at the Disney Contemporary Resort, Disney Polynesian Village Resort, and Disney Grand Floridian Resort and Spa to the Magic Kingdom and the TTC. But since Disney has prohibited park hopping for the time being, the monorail line from the Transportation and Ticket Center to Epcot is closed. So as for Epcot, it will be interesting to see what projects are available in the Play Pavilion. Walt Disney World has already announced that cutbacks are being made to Epcot's major revamp with its planned Mary Poppins attractions and Spaceship Earth refurbishment delayed indefinitely. So I don't think they're not delayed indefinitely. They're going to happen. Let's see. Mears, Disney's Magical Express employees laid off. The Biz Journal states that according to 3 workers' adjustments and restraining notifications letters filed with the Florida Department of Economic Opportunities, the 104 employees were laid off. Those affected include shuttle drives for Mears Transportation and Disney's Magical Express. Among those locations affected, corporate headquarters at 324 West Gore Street. 74 employees were laid off in rounds on July 16th, 27th, and 31st, the Airport Boulevard. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you're a frequent traveler to Walt Disney World Resorts, chances are you have the opportunity of taking a shuttle to your Disney Resort hotel after arriving at Orlando's International Airport. Guests of Disney Resort hotels at Walt Disney World Resort often take Disney's Magical Express, a complimentary shuttle service that will bring guests from Orlando International Airport to their Disney Resort hotel and back again. It is also not uncommon for guests to ride in a Mears transportation shuttle as well. So, I mean, Magical Express, if there's not a lot of people coming to Florida, then there's probably not a lot of people who's going to be riding that shuttle. So I'm not saying that I want to see people laid off, but obviously you can't have the company losing money by paying people who aren't doing anything. So, and I mean, if I believe they're furloughed is what it usually is, but yeah, I mean, it's sad, but unfortunately with what's going on, that's the kind of stuff that's happening. And we use Disney Magical Express every time we fly down there. I love it, but they even said why this is going on. They don't handle your bags like they do whenever you normally go down. So I guess, it wouldn't exactly be like a Magical Express, because I always felt like that was the magic part of it. They got you didn't see your bags when you got off the plane. You got your hotel room. You went to the park. You came back. Your bags were there. That was the magic part to me, is I didn't have to mess with my bags. And the only reason why anytime I had to mess with my bags was at the end when I had to go back. And usually you take your bags up front and then you don't see your bags till you get off the plane back wherever you land. But, unfortunately it's a service that's probably running slow right now. So that'd be the reason why there would be either furloughs or layoffs. All right, let's see. Animatronic removed from Navi River Journey. So the Navi River Journey is one of the more popular Disney park attractions at Disney Animal Kingdom, located inside Pandora, the world of Avatar. This riverboat ride takes guests through the mystic world of Pandora, which to me is the relaxing ride in Pandora. I know most people don't like it. I like it. You get time to relax. You're in air conditioning, and it's even cooler because there's water. So one of the most beloved and iconic parts of this theme park attraction was Big Toa. Big Toe is what it says, but I don't know. The Avatar animatronic, who you can see in the photo below. You can't see it. If anybody's been there, you know what she looks like. However, it looks as though the Big Toa, I'm going to call her Toa, animatronic has now been taken away from the ride and replaced with a video screen instead, thanks to Instagram user Disney Mom 2.0. We can see the new screen during the portion of the ride. According to the comments, Big Toa was just there the day prior, and cast members aren't sure why the animatronic has been taken away. However, this has happened in the past when the animatronic need maintenance, which is why the screen was initially installed. It is common for animatronics from so advanced and need maintenance every once in a while, though we are not sure what the Navi River Journey animatronic to be taken away, and we don't yet know when it will be returned to its normal place. They're going to take it back. It's probably just needing maintenance, and sometimes I just wonder why don't they just keep two animatronics, one that is maintained where they can just put it up. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I knew about the other one. I think one of Heaven's roommates actually flies to the other airport as well. But whenever she leaves Florida and comes back. But as for the animatronic, I mean, unless it's that expensive an animatronic, you can't have two. But I understand they're using a screen, which was like what they've used throughout that ride anyway, to put up there. But it's kind of sad if you go on that ride and it's not there, because that is one of the most advanced audio animatronics right now. And I don't know, I'd feel a little disappointed if I went through and she wasn't there, because that's one of the reasons why I like to ride, to see how realistic she looks. So let's go ahead and move on. All right. Every Marvel Studio movie is finally on Disney Plus. Marvel fans, it's official. Every Marvel Studio movie ever made is now on Disney streaming service Disney Plus, and we couldn't be more excited for the news. Epic Marvel movie marathons are now a go. As shared, comicbook.com, Marvel Studios' final film to be added to the platform occurred earlier Friday when Ant-Man and the Wasp was added to the Marvel movie lineup on Disney+. The film had recently been on Netflix, but was removed from the competing streaming service last month so it could come to Disney+. When Disney Plus first launched 9 months ago, the service was unable to hold all the Marvel films due to contracts Disney had in place with Netflix. In this deal, Disney agreed to give exclusive rights to Netflix to carry all their Marvel Studio films following their theatrical run for a period of 18 months. You need to see the shaman. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, without that shaman, it just doesn't seem right. All right. From his deal, Marvel Studios films such as Black Panther, Avengers, Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp were unable to be a part of Disney Plus at its premiere. For those looking to binge all the movies in order but are unsure of the order of which to do so, be sure to check out this guide. This will take you from the series beginning Iron Man all the way until the latest Marvel Studio and Sony Pictures release, Spider-Man Far From Home. Currently, including Marvel Studios and Sony Pictures partnered Spider-Man films, there are 23 films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This number is set to grow to 24 with the premiere of Marvel Studios' next expected blockbuster hit, Black Widow. At this time, Black Widow is expected to premiere in theaters on November 6th. And I've already seen the merchandise out for it. I've seen some today. You go, really, Kay? Wow. I don't know. I guess I felt like maybe, I mean, to me, I like Infinity War, but it's not as good as Endgame. I mean, it's up there with Endgame, but I think when it comes to those Avenger movies, it would be, I would actually, I don't know how would I would say. I'd say Endgame is probably the best, then Infinity War, and then the very first Avenger movie is what I have first, second, and third. Other than that, then it would go down to like the Age of Ultron, and Civil War would probably come, and then the Age of Ultron. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Infinity War. I mean, it's kind of a hard one to watch because if you know anything about it, but I won't say anything if you haven't seen all of it. So let's see. Right. And there is somewhat of a jump. So, all right. Tomorrowland Peoplemover spotted being tested. It was only a few days ago that inside the Magic reported the Walt Disney World website has officially updated their website to mark the Peoplemover as closed for refurbishment. We even went through the next few months to find out when Disney plans on reopening the ride, which won't be until November 1st. Well, that's a long time for that attraction to be down. However, according to a recent tweet, it looks as though Disney is now testing the Tomorrowland attraction. The tweet states that the Peoplemover was running and being tested after the theme park closed to the public approximately 40 minutes after closing. We aren't sure what exactly this could mean, as Disney has not made any official announcements other than the Peoplemover being marked as, closed for refurbishment on the Walt Disney World website. This could just be a routine for the company to ensure the attraction don't just sit for a long period of time. It could also mean they ordered new parts for the attraction and are now testing to see if those, in fact, work correctly. At this point in time, all we know for sure is the Walt Disney World marked the Tomorrowland Transit Authority Peoplemover as closed for refurbishment until November 1st, 2020. Disney is testing the Peoplemover after park hours. So, here's the thing. It's a refurbishment. And yeah, I've heard they're replacing track, but they might be adding more to it. Who knows? I mean, I just seen, I was watching a thing on where they were comparing rides from Disneyland to Walt Disney World. And I seen that they were comparing the trains, that the train in Disneyland shorter than the one in Walt Disney World, but they picked that one over the Walt Disney World train. And I didn't know why. They added dioramas on the Disneyland train that takes you by. There's dinosaur scenes you go by and everything like that. And it's not like it's out in the open. You actually go into a place and you're looking, and they got these dioramas, and they're different dioramas. One's dinosaurs. I can't remember what it was. And I don't know why Disney World couldn't do this, because some of those dioramas look like they were the same dinosaurs that was in Ellen's for the energy. I can't even remember what it was called. It doesn't matter. But World of Energy. And I thought, why not do that with the train we have at Walt Disney World and have those dioramas too? I think that would be awesome. And most people see the train as just a way to travel around and, around the park sometimes, but I feel like it's a ride as well, and putting in something like that, I think, would really draw more attention to the train, and people would want to ride it. So I would love to see them add more on. And now that the train's down because of Tron, I couldn't see any reason why they couldn't have done it. All right. Cast members recreate the Great Movie Ride. Yesterday was the 3-year anniversary of the last day of the operation of the Great Movie Ride, and it remains one of the most unique and is widely considered one of the best attractions in the history of the all Disney theme parks, not just Disney's Hollywood studios. Well, over 200 former cast members from the attraction got together to give something back to the thousands upon thousands of fans that still have very fond memories of the Great Movie Ride to recreate the entire attraction. All right. So let's see. Now playing a spectacular journey into the Great Movie Ride, a cast of thousands from opening crew to closing crew to all the years in between. Over 200 former movie ride cast members, a sweeping spectacular thrills, chills, romance, and always family. We know what you're going to say. Have they created both the gangsters and the Western scenes? Cast members are way ahead of you. They've created 2 videos, one for the gangster show and one for the bandit show. Check out these incredible videos. So, I'll tell you, let me see if I can see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see where they're at, what YouTube channel they're at. Not only did that, so we'll go on. Not only did that, the cast members recreated the attraction itself, but they also spent all the time in putting together recreations of film trailers that were shown before guests even made it to the ride vehicle. At least something good has come out of the lockdown this year. So let me see if I can get an idea of what. So you have the Great Movie Ride Quarantine Edition Gangster Show. So if you look that up, you can watch that on YouTube. Hey, Mike Wheeler, thanks for coming in. Oh, wow, I didn't know that, Mike. And then the other one is the Great Movie Ride Quarantine Edition Bandit Show. So they have both, so you can see both those. And that's on YouTube. I don't know exactly what channels put it out, but I'm sure if you put in Great Movie Ride Quarantine Edition, and you can put either the Bandit Show or the Gangster Show, you're going to get to see it. And it's done by cast members who were there at the beginning and at the end and all in between. So it looks like it would be something really neat to watch. I'll probably check it out myself. All right. Let's see. What exactly is that delicious juice at the Disney parks? Disney Parks is filled with delicious and unique food and drinks, offering from iconic Mickey bars to buttery popcorn to, of course, the one and only churro. Disney has so many choices. However, there is one specific beverage that so many guests crave while visiting the theme parks. It's Pog Juice, also known as Stitch Juice at Ohana and Disney World, or Jungle Juice and other locations at the park. So what exactly is Pog Juice? Well, the famous Pog Juice is a special blend of passion fruit juice, orange juice, and guava nectar, all stirred together simply right. Personally, I love pairing this Pog Juice with my morning breakfast, especially Mickey waffles, scrambled eggs, and fresh fruit, as if I were really at Ohana. But if you are looking for a spice to spice things up, try creating a mimosa and using the Pog Juice instead of orange juice. Another fun concoction is to mix the Pog Juice with a bit of coconut rum. I promise you will instantly be transported to the islands. So, all right. So Pog Juice. I don't think I've ever had it. Has anybody in the chat had that Pog Juice like that? Because maybe I have. It's been a long time since I've ate at Ohana's. So, but I don't know how long it's been around. But I'm sure it sounds great. I wonder if you can find the actual mixture online where you can create it at home. But it does sound like it would be pretty good. More Disney park passes become available, but Labor Day fills up. Despite a lot of guests having the option to cancel their annual passes, and despite Disney's opening up and more park passes, Walt Disney World annual pass holders are still descending on the Walt Disney World Resort website and completely booking up several days. According to the Walt Disney World Park Pass availability calendar, more park passes were once again redistributed from Disney Resort hotel guests and theme park ticket holders on Friday, August 14th, for several upcoming weeks. Shortly thereafter, days were once again completely unavailable at any theme park. Examples of this include Saturday, August 15th, and Sunday, August 16th. This news comes after the deadline for annual pass holders to cancel their current package and get a refund. So, yeah, it sounds like they're opening up more dates. So hopefully, I don't know. I know they do. Okay, they serve it at other places. I don't think I've had it. So, I mean, I've heard people talk about it, but I don't think I've had that kind of juice. But yeah, that's just a little bit of information about the Disney park passes. So hopefully this will be over by the time I get back. I'm probably not going to get there till next year. Hopefully, I hope to get back there next year. All right, let's see. New collection of musicals on Disney Plus. Musicals have found a new audience with the popularity and enjoyment of Hamilton. Disney Plus, the widely viewed Broadway musical, left Disney viewers craving more songs and operettas, from classics like Hello Dolly to new Great White Way inspiration like Frozen. In fact, we found rounded up a list of musicals just last month in anticipation of finding more harmonic entertainment. The new musical collection on Disney Plus has us raving over the roundup of sing-alongs and tuned-in films. Musical collection on Disney Plus. Now, being a theater snob myself, I don't tend to include animated features with music to a traditional lineup of musicals, but Disney's main drive to create heartfelt stories through beloved characters and heartfelt music, it's no wonder that this collection includes some of the classical movies from Disney's catalog. That being said, you will also see some questionable additions like The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, on the list. Either way you slice it, you're sure to tap your toe with your family when viewing the lineup. Animated movies. Since Walt Disney World and his 9 old men started working on Snow White, musicals were in the blood of the Walt Disney Company. They are best known for animated movies injected with meaningful music, so it's no surprise seeing many of our favorites on this section of the list. So the list for those are Aladdin, The Aristocats, Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas, Cinderella, Coco, Fantasia, Fantasia 2000, Frozen, Frozen 2, Home on the Range, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Moana, Mulan, Oliver and Company, Peter Pan, Phineas and Ferb's Star Wars, Pinocchio, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, The Jungle Book, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, The Little Mermaid, The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning, The Little Mermaid 2, Return of the Sea, The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Three Caballeros, The Three Musketeers, The Tigger Movie, Winnie the Pooh, Springtime with Roo. So those are, and then the live action movies. Let's see. Aladdin, Annie, Babes in Toysland, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Hamilton, Hello Dolly, Mary Poppins, Muppets Most Wanted, Newsies Broadway production, Once Upon a Mattress, Peach Dragon, Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups, Stargirl, The Greatest Showman, The Lion King, The Muppets Christmas Carol, The Muppets, and The Sound of Music. So then they have more, which we won't get into. What's this? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, who didn't know that Disney was into musicals? I mean, that's how I always took it. So let's see here. Over 100,000 Disney cast members get magical new masks. Heads up, Disney fans, the next time you visit Disneyland Resort or Walt Disney World Resort, chances are you'll see some magical new face masks being worn by over 100,000 Disney cast members across the U.S. The enforced use of face masks for Disney guests and cast members alike is part of Disney Park and Resort enhanced approach to health and safety. So since Disneyland and Disney World began their phased reopening with Downtown Disney and Disney Springs, the cast members have all been wearing appropriate face coverings. Disney cast members are the magic makers of the Disney Park and Resort, so why shouldn't their face masks reflect all the pixie dust that they create for guests? Today, Disney has shared a behind-the-scenes look at the new face coverings that Disney cast members will be wearing. These face masks have beautiful hidden Mickeys and pixie dust, but what makes them magical is that they were designed by cast members for cast members. So I can't show it to you, but they are like a light blue and they have pixie dust swirls, and some of the swirls look like hidden or look like Mickey silhouettes. They're pretty neat. I'm sure you can look them up. Yeah, they added The Greatest Showman as well. Yes. But so this, I mean, it sounds interesting. And yeah, they even show one of the cast members actually designing the look for it. It looks pretty cool. I'm glad they're doing something like that. I really think that the Disney cast members needed a mask where they all looked uniform and would stick out, and I think that helps out. And like I said, I mean, I think if you work at a place, I think they should give you a face mask because I mean, you're working for them, so why not have them wear something that helps your business out? I don't know. So behind the scenes, installing new Epcot pylons. So most recently, we shared that earlier this week, Walt Disney World site portfolio executive and Imagineer Zach Ridley shared photos of Epcot's construction progress on this official social media account. The photos document the reimagining of the Epcot main entrance fountain, and all week we've seen the theme park guests take their own photos of this majestic new addition to Disney World. So I think we did look at this. I'll see if I can pop it up for you just real quick. Hold on. And let me bring it up. So there you go. That's what it looks like. I'll see if they got any more photos. Obviously they have that. There it is right there underneath the spaceship Earth. I kind of missed that fountain, that fountain was down, because we always had our picture taken in front of the fountain. And I'm glad they got done something with it and got it back up. I think that's awesome. All right. Let's see. Here we go. All right. Thanks, Mike Wheeler. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Virus testing site at Disney World opens today. A new COVID-19 testing site has opened on Walt Disney World property, and it appears to be open to everyone. According to the Orlando Sentinel, the testing site on Walt Disney World property officially opened to the public on the morning of Friday, August 14th, with a special lane specifically for cast members. The news was also shared on Twitter by Fox 35 reporter Jessica Albert, who said a hashtag COVID-19 testing site has opened up on Walt Disney World property this morning. The company says there will be a lane dedicated to cast members. You need an appointment to be tested here. The opening of the testing site comes days after it was announced Walt Disney World would provide tests to cast members and their families. The Florida State Emergency Operations Center confirms that the site is located near Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park at 3010 Main Gate Lane in Kissimmee is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily and open to anyone over the age of 2. Hey, Gonzo, thanks for coming in. So they have a COVID-19 testing site now at Walt Disney World, and it's for cast members and their families. So it sounds interesting, since this is one of the things that they were pushing was for cast members to get tested. So, I mean, obviously, I think that's great, right? I mean, but they were pushing for them to have the cast members tested before they went back to work. But now, I mean, now cast members can find out. Plus, they're working in that environment, and they can always, if they ever feel like they might need to be tested, they can go and get tested for free. Them and their families. So that sounds amazing for the cast members. All right. So here, details revealed around Cinderella's castle makeover. Cinderella Castle, the iconic centerpiece for Magic Kingdom's park at Walt Disney World Resort, has gotten a complete makeover. Back in February, Disney announced that in honor of this year's 70th anniversary of the Walt Disney animated film Cinderella, the castle in Magic Kingdom will be repainted with a gorgeous pink painting and gold detailing. And now that the makeover is practically complete, now at Magic Kingdom, despite construction work being halted for a few months, one of the Walt Disney Imagineer team members took to social media to share some fun facts about the process, including how the castle was hand-painted from the rocks in the moat all the way to the spires at the top of the Cinderella's castle. Zach Ridley took to Instagram to share these photos along with the captions. Last month, I joined members of our Walt Disney Imagineering team behind the new Cinderella castle design as finishing touches were completed. Did you know that the castle was hand-painted from the rocks in the moat all the way to the spires at the top of the castle? This allows us to compose each stone and surface for perfect views all around, and many areas were painted with glistening gold for the very first time. So, wow, hand-painted. I wouldn't think it'd be hand-painted. You figure they would have done it, but I mean, this sounds amazing. Who's my favorite Puerto Rican YouTuber? Well, it'd have to be you because I don't know very many. Hey, Rachel, thanks for coming in. All right, so here we go. Disney World is open, but thousands of employees are still furloughed. Walt Disney World Resort began with a phased reopening on May 20th. On that day, Disney Springs reopened to the public. Since then, the Disney Resort hotels began reopening in June, though some remained temporarily closed, and the theme park began reopening on July 11th. But despite this, thousands of employees of the Walt Disney World Resort remains furloughed. As of July 15th, almost 1 month ago, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and Disney's Animal Kingdom are open. But given the significantly reduced capacity, fewer activities, reduced numbers of hotels open, and only a fraction of guests visiting the theme parks every day, there isn't a need for every Disney cast member to return to work this time. The Orlando Sentinel reported this week that around 10,000 out of the 18,000 Disney Resort hotel housekeepers and food beverage workers who are part of the Unite Here Local 737 union haven't returned to work yet, said union leader Jeremy Haken. Haken shared with Gabrielle Russin of the Orlando Sentinel. It's an enormous number. All of them are at the mercy of this horrible unemployment system. They're now living at most $275 a week while the Congress and the president squabble. It's unreal that people are going through. Hackney said, at the moment, there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel. But that number represents only a fraction of the Disney World cast members who haven't been called back to work. The Walt Disney Company furloughed over 100,000 employees a month ago. While that number includes employees across the entire company, many of these employees are cast members at the Disney parks and resorts, and it took a while for many to receive unemployment benefits, if at all. Disney World cast members have been returning to work gradually, though some still don't know when they will be back. And although the Disney theme parks and hotels aren't yet open on the West Coast, similar sentiments are felt by the Disneyland Resort cast members. Some have been able to return to work, especially with downtown Disney reopened since last month, but many who worked at Disneyland, Disney California Adventure, or the 3 on-site hotels are still in the dark when it comes to any information pertaining to their recall dates. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be some people off, of course. All right, see you, Gonzo. Because I mean, right now, if the volumes aren't that high and there's certain stuff that isn't going to be open, unfortunately, there's going to be people who are laid off or furloughed. Once again, it's the same kind of thing with what they were talking about earlier, and like with the Magical Express, and I do know some of these people who haven't been called back, but hopefully they get called back soon. So, because being on unemployment isn't fun. All right. Guest favorite pool, Stormalong Bay, reopens this month. So I've never been to this pool. Upcoming yacht and beach club guests, we have some excellent news. Walt Disney World Resorts have officially updated its website to state that the Stormalong Bay, the guest's favorite pool at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club Resort, will reopen this month on August 24th. Note that Stormalong Bay is a large swimming pool that is shared by both Disney's Beach Club and Resort and Disney's Yacht Club Resort. The pool has been closed for the time being, but is finally reopening, much to guests' excitement. That sounds amazing. I guess I've never been there. I've never walked around that area. Maybe I should. I know you can't go swimming anymore in other resorts. You used to be able to. But hey, that's awesome. When you start to hear some stuff like that, you start to see maybe they're stepping forward and we're getting back to normal. All right. Halloween at the Magic Kingdom booked for annual pass holders. The Walt Disney World Resort may have canceled its Halloween celebration, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but that has not stopped fans from wanting to spend the spooky day in the Magic Kingdom, especially since Disney is moving forward with the Halloween decor. According to Walt Disney World's park pass availability calendars, all park passes set aside for Walt Disney World annual pass holder for the Magic Kingdom on Saturday, October 31st, have been taken. This marks the first major holiday where a Disney World theme park will be completely booked under the new system. But what makes this event most extraordinary is that Halloween is the first day since reopening where annual pass holders booked up Magic Kingdom or really any other park before Disney's Hollywood Studios. So, yeah, it's kind of sad that they're not going to have that, but it's awesome to see that people still want to go there for Halloween. Yeah, okay. So I guess I can see it. I mean, it's even though they're not having the Halloween party, they're still putting up the decor. The decor is awesome. I've never been to a Halloween party, but I was there the day before. I was there during the week where the last day I was there, they had it completely decorated for Halloween. So I got to see the Halloween decorations, but I've never been to that party. The only party I've been to is the Christmas party, and I've always heard the Halloween party is better than the Christmas party. I know we want to go see it sometime. Oh, that was... Hold on just a sec. How could Disney World improve outdated attractions? Walt Disney World has so many fantastic attractions, and since opening in 1971, we have seen so much change happening at the resorts. That being said, there are many great attractions that could be with a little TLC and some that could do with a few new big changes to improve things further. Here are 5 attractions at the Walt Disney World Resort that feel a little outdated and could do with an update. Tomorrowland Speedway. The Tomorrowland Speedway only recently came out of a lengthy refurbishment in 2019, and while we absolutely love the overlays, the attraction gets, especially during the festive period, the fact that you sit in a gas-powered car while driving around Tomorrowland doesn't feel very futuristic anymore. With Tron on the way to Tomorrowland, we think now is the time for Disney to give the attraction a bit of an update. While it could be costly, replacing all the vehicles with an electric version would be a good start. If Disney wanted to go the extra mile, then they could be themed to light cycles from Tron for an even more futuristic feel. Oh no. Walt Disney's Carousel Progress. While the attraction did a lick of new paint back in 2016, little has changed since 1993 when the overall theme of the attraction shifted to include the cogs and new signage, and the futuristic scene was added. This was truly futuristic back in 1993 when it was a vision of what the year 2000 would look like. But now the technology featured in this section of the attraction is all invented and in everyday use. Yeah, okay, because it takes place during that century. It's not supposed to go on past to the year 2000. It's the Carousel of Progress takes place during the 20th century. All right. We are now in the 21st century. They're not going to update it to now, that last scene. And I think a lot of people don't get that. It's because it's for one century and we've gone past that century. That was the 20th century. That's all that the Carousel Progress is supposed to be. A lot of people, like I said, they believe, well, why don't they update it to now? Because now is not in that century. And it just seems like people don't get that. So, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. The attraction has had a few minor refurbishments over the years, with the last being in 2016, but very little has changed since the attraction was first introduced back in 1999. While the ride system still holds up to this day, we knew the time was perhaps coming to an end with Aerosmith when last year we heard a guest ask, "What is an Aerosmith?" Who's that guest? Disney has already made the decision to change the attraction in Disneyland Paris to get an Iron Man theme, and it could be time for a new version for that side of Disney's Hollywood studios. The guys are unlikely to go anywhere just yet, with Disney reining in the budget for existing projects, notably Epcot, but we'd expect a bigger change at the attraction once Iron Man is opened in Disneyland Paris and they get guest feedback. While Iron Man is very likely to happen in Walt Disney World due to the agreement with Universal and Marvel. Unlikely. Okay. It's not impossible to see other Marvel characters in the space. Captain Marvel, anyone. So I don't see it going to Iron Man. I really don't. I've heard that if they do change Rock and Roller Coaster, it's going to go more to Monsters Inc. with a kind of idea where you'll be riding around through the door system that they had in the movie. And I really like that idea. I think that would be great. And it'd be awesome, I think. So maybe they'll do something like that. I don't know. Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros. Let me pull this down just a second. Yeah, yeah. Right. But like I said, if they do decide to replace it, because I mean, eventually, the music and everything, it's older. Yeah, we know this. But eventually, it's not Disney. That's the thing. So I think eventually it probably will be replaced. I don't think it will be replaced anytime soon. But the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the Three Caballeros. The attraction was last changed in 2015 when Disney added Panchito, Donald, and Jose animatronics from Mickey Mouse Revue. While it has been great to see a piece of Disney's history included in the attraction over the last 5 years, the attraction feels pretty dated, given it only opened with the new overlay back in 2007. So that, to me, all that, I don't think it feels outdated. I like that. I like the Grand Fiesta there at the Mexico Pavilion there in Epcot. I like the animatronics. I like everything about it. And I'd hate to see it go, but I think what they're wanting to do is they want to change it to Coco. I can understand that, but let's wait just a little while longer because I do like that ride. And it kind of reminds me of back during the time when they didn't have all of the technology that they do today. And it's kind of fun to go through one of those rides. But Spaceship Earth, okay, this one is supposed to be going through a refurbishment. They've just had to halt it. So we're not going to cover that one. And that was it. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. Disney issues statement after cast member was killed. Disneyland Resort cast member Yasmin Lizette Aguilera was 23 years old and 8 months pregnant when she lost her life at the hands of a drunk driver on the night of Wednesday, August 12th. The Anaheim Police Department told the New York Daily News that Aguilera was walking with her husband at 7:30 p.m. near Disney's California Adventure theme park when a Jeep driven by a drunk driver jumped the curb and hit her. The driver has later identified as Courtney Pandolfi, 40, a resident of Garden Grove, with 2 previous DUI arrests on her record. After being rushed to the hospital, Aguilera gave birth to her daughter via cesarean. The little girl, named Adeline Rose, is still in critical condition. Hearing the news that one of their Disneyland cast members fell victim to a DUI incident, a Disney Resort spokesperson released the following statement. We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of our cast member, Yasmina Aguilera, and we offer our deepest condolences to her family, friends, and loved ones. Aguilera is survived by her husband, James Alvarez, who started a GoFundMe page to raise money for his wife's medical and funeral expenses. On the GoFundMe page, Alvarez writes, "Today we grieve the death of a beloved daughter, sister, wife, aunt, and friend, Yasmina Aguilera. Yasmina was taken from our hands too soon. We have lost her in the most tragic way when a driver under the influence lost control and struck Yasmina. She was expecting a beautiful baby girl who has been born premature and fighting for her life. We ask you, keep Adeline Rose, Yasmina's daughter, and her family in your prayers. We also ask our friends and family to help by donating towards her funeral and medical costs to help cover the cost of the unforeseeable event." It's like I'm living a nightmare and I'm hoping to wake up soon, Alvarez told KTLA on Wednesday. My daughter is the only thing that I have left. I was holding her hand, Alvarez recounted at the station. I was trying to pull her away towards me. Police said that Pandolfi was booked earlier Wednesday on charges of murder, DUI, and driving with a suspended license. So some people don't ever learn. And I feel sorry for this to happen. It's pretty sad. But I hope everything turns out. I mean, obviously, there's nothing that will replace your spouse. And then, of course, now your child's also fighting for her life, which I'm pretty sure he has to be beside himself. So, but let's move on. Freeform to host a Disney movie marathon next month. Whether you have Disney Plus or all the classic Disney movies on DVD, there is something special about catching your favorite Disney movie right on TV. And now, thanks to Freeform, you will have the opportunity to do so. Freeform has just announced they will be playing Disney movie marathons every weekend in September, from Bugs Life to Frozen to Monsters, Inc. and more. Freeform is playing a wide variety of Pixar and Disney favorites. Here's the complete lineup. So, Friday, September 4th at 5 p.m. is Tarzan. That's Eastern Time. 7 p.m. Eastern Time, it's A Bug's Life. 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Monsters, Inc. Saturday, September 5th, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, Prince of Persia, The Sand of Times. 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time, Tarzan. 2:45 p.m. Eastern Time, A Bug's Life again. Monsters, Inc. The next hour is Monsters University. Next hour is Moana. And the next one after that is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sunday, September 6th, starts out at 7 a.m. with the Pirates, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Then The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Meet the Robinsons, Lilo and Stitch, Monsters University, Moana, Zootopia, and Wreck-It Ralph. Friday, September 11th, 101 Dalmatians, Freaky Friday. Saturday, September 12th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, Freaky Friday, 101 Dalmatians, Hercules, Wall-E. So I think you get the idea. You can pretty much turn on Freeform. You're going to be able to find something Disney next month. So let me see. One more thing. I didn't get through all of the news. There was a lot. Some now calling for a retheme of Pinocchio's Daring Journey, and this is going to be the last. Disney Parks recently announced that Splash Mountain will be rethemed after the Love Disney animated film, The Princess and Frog, but now some are calling for a retheme of yet another popular Disney attraction, Pinocchio's Daring Journey. If you've never had the chance to ride this attraction, the official description reads, relive the classical adventures of the wooden puppet who dreamed of becoming a real boy. Hop aboard a wood carver's car at the Stromboli Puppet Theater, where Pinocchio is singing and dancing in a festive marionette show. Escape the clutches of the nefarious puppet master Stromboli with help from the kind-hearted Blue Fairy. Follow the boy puppet as he ventures to ominous Pleasure Island against the warning of his loyal friend Jiminy Cricket. When they make their escape to the sea, a new danger awaits. Mighty Monstro, the whale, will Pinocchio find his way back to his maker Geppetto and become a real boy? One Inside Magic reader recently commented on the article calling for a retheme of the popular Disneyland attraction, writing, to the Inside the Magic staff, I want to let you know that Pinocchio's Daring Journey is my least favorite ride, as it makes me feel very uncomfortable, as it's the most disturbing ride, partly due to scary clowns that some of the people don't like, but also mainly because of the child slavery and child abuse scenes involving Pinocchio being caged up and then two donkey boys sold into slavery in cages has made me uncomfortable. I would like to ask the Disneyland staff to consider replacing Pinocchio's Daring Journey ride with a different Disneyland. Oh, well, here's the thing. It's telling the story about the movie. So are you asking so you don't like the movie? To me, I'm like this. If you don't want to see that, then don't ride it. It's that simple. All right. One person says, I feel uncomfortable for this, is not the reason to change it. So, I mean, this is a Disney classic. This was the second Disney feature animated film, and you're sitting here and probably haven't looked anything into it at all. You probably did no homework, just automatically got offended. That's all there was to it. You didn't understand the moral of the story or anything like that. Just noticed these things were in it, and you got offended. All right. Maybe take a moment to realize what you're watching, what it's trying to tell you, what you're meant to get from the story, and then you'll understand what the story is about. Otherwise, you just went in there looking for a reason to get offended. So I don't see this as a reason. This is part of that cancel culture. And for the person who's calling for this, you're just part of it. You're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to get upset here at the end, but when I hear people saying this needs to be replaced because I got offended, all right, then don't ride it. That's all there is to it. Don't ride it. So I apologize once again. I don't want to be like that, but it makes me angry when stuff like that happens, because most people who do that either like they said, I don't care for this ride, so I don't ride it. That's okay. Then there's no reason to change it because you don't ride it. But others do, and others do and enjoy it, and you want to take that away from them just because you feel like because you're offended by it. No, you don't have that kind of power. That doesn't happen. Sorry. So, but it's not up to me. That's up to Disney, and hopefully they'll realize you can't do that and take that kind of joy and stuff that others have for that attraction. So, but as for that, that's going to be it for this week in Disney. And I hope you'll join me next week on Sunday at 7 o'clock for next week's news. But as for that, we will catch you later. So see ya. Bye.